We're not the only stock that's decreased in value this year. It's just that we've been hit a little harder than many others.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for companies that lost their reputation through scandals, mismanagement, or flat-out shady behavior and now are on the public's naughty list.
You can see the tray dropping into the detection module there.
Number 10, FIFA. The beautiful game got murky in 2015.
It was an astonishing press conference, frankly, for all football fans.
Fewer organizations have managed to unite the world in outrage like FIFA. Dogged by decades of corruption allegations, the lid truly blew off the governing body of international soccer when U.S. federal prosecutors gave a red card to the organization.
Another nice metaphor as well was James B. Comey, the director of the FBI, saying that, we had a flat pitch, a sport, an egalitarian sport that's for everybody, played on a flat pitch. It's been hijacked by these people and tilted.
Several top FIFA officials were indicted on multiple charges, including racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering. It was not a good look for FIFA, which had controversially awarded the 2022 World Cup hosting rights to Qatar.
And I recognise every country has human rights issues, including this one. For more on that, see every other story this show has ever done. But Qatar is, in some ways, next level.
FIFA's leadership scrambled to promise reforms, but it was too little too late. For many fans, FIFA went from symbolizing the beautiful game to embodying the ugly side of bribery and corruption in sports politics.
There should be transparency and there should be greater democracy in terms of people who are able to participate in it.
Number 9, Uber. Uber was originally all about fighting old-school taxi monopolies.
A web-based car service called Uber is claiming to have a new low-cost alternative.
Uber gave riders the freedom to get to their destination the way they saw fit, and for a while people loved it. Then came the controversies.
The ride-sharing service Uber had been something of a media darling, that is, until reporters started looking into some of the startup's questionable safety practices.
Word on a toxic workplace culture, sexual harassment allegations against executives, aggressive tactics to evade regulators, and poor treatment of drivers as expendable contractors all piled up.
I mean, the core pitch, I think, has been we're going to make a monopoly, and then eventually we'll have autonomous vehicles, and we will get rid of the drivers. And so there's always been a sort of math or formula that you're trying to work with where the drivers are expendable.
Uber's Big Brother-style God-view tracking tool made things worse. From a brand that was once an innovative tech darling, Uber has become a cautionary tale of a corporate entity run amok. Many still see it as the poster child for tech bro arrogance gone wild.
They want to be able to gamify you into doing more work for less, so they can charge the customer more for it. Meanwhile, they make off with billions.
Number 8, BP. The 2010 Deepwater Horizon disaster literally drenched British Petroleum's reputation in oil.
What went wrong at BP?
The culture of BP management has to change.
The explosion on the offshore rig killed 11 workers, devastating ecosystems and local economies along the Gulf Coast. If BP's sluggish response was not good enough, its CEO made matters worse by commenting, "I'd like my life back."
May 13th, Chairman Tony Hayward speaking to the Guardian newspaper. The Gulf of Mexico is a very big ocean. The volume of oil and dispersant we're putting into it is tiny in relation to the total water volume.
In the wake of the disaster, corporate negligence became coupled with ecological damage. Images of oil-soaked marine life and ruined beaches were prime-time consumption.
When oil gets on sand, you just scrape it up and throw it away. When oil gets on marsh, it kills it. There's no scraping it up or replanting it.
BP has since paid billions in fines and settlements, but its organization has become the textbook example of environmental disaster and PR failure. The green sunburst logo now feels less like a promise of sustainability and more like corporate greenwashing. Number 7, Boeing. Once a proud symbol of American engineering excellence, Boeing's image nosedived after the 737 MAX crisis.
He said it's the MAX, and I was surprised because it was a new aircraft.
For 2 back-to-back years in 2018 and 2019, and within 5 months of each other, Boeing's MAX aircraft crashed, killing 346 people. Subsequent investigations demonstrated that Boeing had concealed flaws in the plane's automated control system and lobbied to minimize pilot training requirements.
It got to the point where Mark Faulkner got an award for keeping training on the 737 MAX to a minimum.
These revelations shattered Boeing's reputation, painting a picture of profit-driven decision-making that preceded safety concerns.
What the NTSB's report makes clear is this was a problem on Boeing's factory floor. This was Boeing's problem.
Boeing lost its consumers' trust. Boeing's blame shifting, delayed admission, and a lack of accountability made its fall from grace as shocking as it was tragic.
I mean, I know we keep coming back to this word culture, but it's right at the root of what happened in both sets of accidents.
Number 6, Volkswagen. For many years, the popular German Volkswagen prided itself on being a brand of precision and reliability.
In Germany, people who love high-performance driving drive a Volkswagen GTI more than anything else.
Then came Dieselgate in 2015. Regulators discovered that Volkswagen had installed defeat devices in their diesel vehicles.
So a defeat device is a special program inside these computers that can make it look like the car meets emission standards even when it doesn't.
These devices helped the company cheat on emission tests, making them appear far cleaner than they actually were.
Because the software was designed very carefully to detect an official emissions test.
Leading to billions in fines and recalls, the scandal destroyed Volkswagen's so-called eco-friendly reputation. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case of an employee gone rogue, but a systematic and coordinated effort at the highest levels. Several years after the scandal, the company has recovered and pivoted to electric vehicles, but the ghost of the day when Das Auto became Das Lie persists.
I am deeply sorry that we have broken this trust. I would like to make a formal apology to our customers, to the authorities, and to the general public for this misconduct.
Number 5, Wells Fargo. Banking is all about putting your money in the right place. There's a great deal of trust involved when it comes to customer finances and investments. So when you lie and abuse your customers on these terms, it doesn't go down so well.
This fraud was extraordinary for how widespread it was.
Wells Fargo learned this the hard way in 2016 when it admitted to opening millions of fake accounts in customers' names to meet aggressive sales quotas. Customers were charged fees for accounts they never requested. Whistleblowers were fired for speaking out, but the information eventually became public.
I am deeply sorry that we failed to fulfill on our responsibility to our customers, to our team members, and to the American public.
Multiple resignations followed, and the scandal left a lasting impact on the bank's reputation. Wells Fargo's trustworthy image is more an irony than a compliment today.
You know, in 2008, Wall Street promised change, but it looks like it is business as usual. A giant bank cheats the little guys, and the executives line their own pockets. Mr. Stumpf, you make it clear that Wall Street won't change until we make it change.
Number 4, Lehman Brothers. September 15th, 2008 was a day of reckoning for the Lehman Brothers.
Employees of America's fourth largest investment bank saw the writing on the wall late Sunday after talks to pull them back from the abyss collapsed.
Filing for bankruptcy, the Lehman Brothers became the face of the 2008 financial crisis, the largest in U.S. history. Their fall from grace was due to the collapse of the subprime mortgage market. The company had spent years pouring its efforts into risky investments and excessive leverage.
Lehman Brothers was a top underwriter of subprime lending, and their CEO, Richard Fuld, took home $485 million.
All of this left the firm vulnerable when the housing bubble burst. The brothers' fall triggered a global panic leading to bank failures, government bailouts, and a deep recession.
I began to get really scared because I hadn't foreseen the whole world going down at the same rate at the same time.
The company's leadership's inability to recognize early warning signs and their narrow-minded prioritization of short-term profits over stability forever linked their brand's name with unchecked greed, reckless risk-taking, and a bad case of financial hubris.
Did we do everything right? We clearly did not.
Number 3, Facebook. Facebook began by connecting people from every corner of the globe. Then it became a global problem.
I mean, the company's currency is data, and they couldn't even keep that secure over a 10-year period.
Controversy after controversy has followed this company since the Cambridge Analytica data scandal. From spreading misinformation during elections to privacy breaches and mental health concerns for young users, Mark Zuckerberg's company has been the talk of the town.
Facebook had options. They could have chosen safer options, and they chose not to.
The congressional hearings that followed these controversies didn't inspire confidence or provide any solutions. Despite the rebranding to Meta, the company's tarnished reputation endures.
Trying to define what a metaverse or the metaverse is was kind of one of the biggest issues that actually surrounded the metaverse overall as a concept, because it was never really universally agreed upon.
Now seen less as a friendly social platform and more as a data mining machine, Facebook has become the textbook example of profit above societal well-being.
I believe deeply in what we're doing. And I know that when we address these challenges, we'll look back and view helping people connect and giving more people a voice as a positive force in the world.
Number 2, Enron. It was the 90s innovative energy hero. Enron could do no wrong, or so they said.
Enron is a company that deals with everyone with absolute integrity. We want people to leave a transaction with Enron thinking that they've been dealt with in the highest possible way as far as integrity and truthfulness.
In 2001, it turned out Enron was a smoking crater of fraud. Using accounting loopholes and shell companies, Enron execs hid billions in debt, artificially inflating the company's value.
This is the key. We're going to move from mark-to-market accounting to something I call HFV, hypothetical future value accounting.
Whoa!
If we do that, we can add a gazillion dollars to the bottom line.
When the truth got out, Enron's stock collapsed. The aftermath resulted in the loss of thousands of jobs. Many lost their retirement savings.
We were frozen out of our accounts. It was right about $32, I believe. And over that time, from when it was frozen to when it opened up, I think it went down to 9.
Enron didn't go down alone, though, as they also took out auditing giant Arthur Andersen. The firm had helped Enron cover up the deception. From hero to zero, Enron's name is today synonymous with fraud and serves as the ultimate cautionary tale of how power can corrupt.
I think the worst is over, and I'm excited.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Theranos. Arguably no company reached such heights nor fell as far and as fast as Theranos.
Every time you create something new, there should be questions. And to me, that's a sign that you've actually done something that is transformative.
Founded by Elizabeth Holmes, the company promised a revolutionary blood testing technology. With just a few drops of blood, Theranos claimed they could perform hundreds of tests for diseases and conditions. Investors poured millions into that claim, and Holmes was hailed as the next Steve Jobs.
Whenever there's a quote-unquote glass ceiling, there's an iron woman right behind it.
But it was all a cruel lie. The tech didn't work, it never did. Whistleblowers and investigative journalists dealt the finishing blows.
This is someone's health information.
Exactly. This isn't an app crashing. This isn't, someone's food delivery coming late. It's just a different ballgame.
Theranos had been using traditional lab machines for tests and misled doctors, patients, and regulators. In 2022, Holmes was convicted of fraud. Theranos went from Silicon Valley's unicorn to one of the most notorious scams in modern history.
She is a pathological liar. She wanted to be a celebrated tech entrepreneur. She wanted to be rich and famous, and she wouldn't let anything get in the way of that.
Which of these corporate scandals shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.
This is what happens when you work to change things.